Imagine snagging a crumbling Victorian gem for a single buck at auction, only to have your dream home invaded by cop cars, courtesy of a pearl-clutching busybody who swears it's her family's heritage. That's how my quiet restart in suburban Tennessee exploded into a farce of forged deeds and fake finds. But oh, the sweet irony when the house's hidden history buried her empire alive. I never thought grief could lead to a bargain like this. After losing my wife and son in a freak accident, I needed something to fix, anything to drown the silence. So, when I bid that dollar on Oak Ridge Manor, a 140-year-old eyesore forgotten by time, I figured it was fate. The neighbors in Willowbrook Estates whispered about its curses, but I saw potential, warped floors begging for sanding, vines choking the wraparound porch like nature's revenge. I rolled up my sleeves, hauled in lumber, and started rebuilding, one nail at a time. Folks dropped by with pies at first, cooing about community spirit. Little did I know, the real rot was in the HOA boardroom, not the attic. She arrived like a storm cloud in heels, Brenda Hargrove, HOA president, plump and polished, with a clipboard that might as well have been a scepter. Her SUV screeched to a halt, and out she waddled. Son in tow, filming like this was her personal reality show. "Mr. Harlan," she cooed, voice dripping fake honey. "This property's under our covenant now. Historic oversight. You understand, for the greater good." I wiped sweat from my brow. "Covenant? This house predates your subdivision by a century. County says it's mine. Free and clear." She tilted her head, pearls jiggling. "Oh, sweetie, counties don't grasp neighborhood harmony. We've extended our boundaries to preserve aesthetics." Her son smirked, zooming in. "Mom, get the angle where the paint's peeling. That violates Code 7.2. I crossed my arms. "Paint's fresh. And you're on my land." Brenda's smile thinned. "We'll see about compliance. Fines start at $200 a day for unapproved renovations." As she sashayed off, I caught her muttering to her phone, "Post this on the group. Outsider trashing our heritage." Rumors flew overnight. Facebook lit up with tales of me being a squatter, a vandal. I bit my tongue, watching, noting every petty post. It escalated faster than a bad rumor mill. Cease and desist letters piled up, scented with her overpowering floral perfume, citing heritage violations that didn't exist. One morning, I found my driveway spray painted with "Knowing Compliant" in neon orange, her handiwork, judging by the security cam catching her huffing and puffing mid-squirt. "Brenda," I called her later. "Keeping cool. That's vandalism." She laughed over the phone. "Merely a reminder, dear. For order's sake. My great-grandpa owned a shed here once. Family ties. You know." I hung up, dove into records. Hired a sharp archivist buddy. Quietly. We unearthed gems. Oak Ridge built by freed black artisans post-Civil War, under a federal grant shielding it from local grabs. Brenda's family claim, a forged 1920s lease on an outhouse. Not the manor. Her HOA charter? Expired. Propped up by bribes to developers eyeing the land for condos. I smiled in the dark, piecing her web together. Neighbors started avoiding me, but I played dumb, letting her overreach. She even rallied a protest at my gate, chanting about preserving purity while her gut strained against her blouse. Pure comedy if it wasn't so infuriating. The blow-up hit at the HOA town hall, packed with her cronies. Brenda preened at the podium, voice quivering with faux righteousness. "This intruder ignores our sacred rules. My lineage demands justice. Fines now total $10,000. Murmurs of agreement." I stood, documents in hand. "Lineage? You mean that fake will stamped with a notary who died before it was signed?" Gasps. Her face flushed beet red. "Lies. This is about community." I projected the federal act on the wall. No, Brenda. It's about facts. This house is federal heritage, untouchable by your kangaroo court. And that deal with Greystone Builders? Wire transfers don't lie, she sputtered. We were protecting values. Her son fumbled his phone, dropping it as FBI agents slipped in, badges flashing. Mrs. Hargrove. Fraud and interference with protected sites. Cuffs clicked. She wailed. But order. Harmony. The room erupted in whispers, turning to cheers as her mask shattered. Ludicrous. Exposed. Hauled off blubbering about misunderstandings. Months later, Oak Ridge gleamed, registered as a national site honoring those forgotten builders. The HOA crumbled, replaced by a real community co-op. I host workshops now, teaching kids about true history, not twisted tales. Brenda, facing charges. Her empire, a punchline. Justice doesn't always roar, it smirks, waiting for tyrants to trip. Was Brenda the real victim of outdated laws, or just a bully finally caught in her own net? Drop your take below. Who's the true villain here?